Alrighty, time for another Vintage Cube draft. I've opened a Mana Crypt, and you know what? I'd like to rack up some dubs. Let's take Mana Crypt, let's draft something nice. Passing a Force of Negation, a Lotus Petal, and a Pest Infestation, as well as a Snuff Out. Alright, fair enough, fair enough. Oh, so we pick one Mana Crypt. I think I'm going to take Basalt Monolith here and try to wheel Manifold Key. Look, there is Gut, but I just love drafting artifacts and haven't gotten the opportunity to do that too often lately. It's been hard. Gut is great, but I actually think taking Basalt early is also pretty strong, especially since, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4. Pretty good chance this Manifold Key comes back around. So I'm going to take that, and then I'm probably going to follow it up with Ballista. There's also Memory Lapse, but you know what? I'm just going to go for max mana. This is looking like a Zirda or Forensic Gadgeteer deck. There's an Atroxa in that pack as well, which I'm fine to pass. And then here, I'm kind of interested in Time Warp. Time Warp is good in a big mana deck. There's also Everflowing Chalice, but that always wheels. I don't think it's even that strong. And I think that's going to be better than like Tamiyo or Dark Ritual. So let's just take Time Warp here. Oh, there's a Mox Opal. We are doing it. Yeah, that is a great pickup. There's Mox Opal. There's like Sheldock, Dark Confidant, but seems like a really nice place for a Mox Opal. Ooh, here's another payoff for having lots of mana. This is exactly where I want to take Upheaval, where I've already got Mana Crypt, Mox Opal, and Basalt Monolith. Passing up on Woodfall Primus and Xander's Lounge. Not a big loss. Here we've got Dig Through Time, but I find that these decks don't fill their graveyard very well. And Meticulous Archive or Undercity Sewers or Zirda. Oh, this just looks like a Zirda deck. I was going to say Meticulous Archive is good in case I get Zirda, but there's a Zirda right here. Why don't I just take it? Which currently, by the way, I do have the ability to companion it. Now there's a Miscalculation or Mind Stone. I think I'll take Miscalc. I did pass up on the Memory Lapse, so taking Miscalc is nice. Oh, Force of Negation Wield. Yes, this is a great Force of Negation deck. Over Expedition Map, Thundering Falls, Breeding Pool, Green Suns. That was a stacked pack. And then here, Colonnade versus Otawara. I think I'm going to take Colonnade because I am going to want to play Zirda in this deck. So having a blue-white thing is good. And this is the first miss here. I guess I'll take Bitter Reunion. I don't see myself playing any of those cards. All right. I mean, this is looking quite strong here. Great Zirda companion setup, and my spells are Miscalc, Force, Time Warp, Upheaval. Yeah, this is sweet. And here, oh wow, it's Cryptic versus Everflowing Chalice. Oh, it didn't wheel the Manifold Key. That's a bummer. But I got a Force of Negation back, so all right, I'll take the Everflowing Chalice, and I'll take an Endotha Triumph. I'm probably not going to play an Uro that I'm also likely not to play. I don't know. Cryptic and Chalice are both pretty close. If I get Mishra's Workshop, I'll be pretty happy that I took that. Oh, wow. Last pick, Meticulous Archive. All right, that was a great pack one. Let's see what we can get here. Not the most exciting opener. There's like Coalition Relic, Chromatic Star, Containment Priest, Felia. Felia and Containment Priest both don't let me companion Zirda, so I'm kind of thinking I just take Chromatic Star. Chromatic Star is pretty strong. Good with Mox Opal. I mean, it's not the dream first pick, but what can you do? Here, there's Time Spiral, Scalding Tarn, and I guess there's Thopter Foundry, but I don't think I would take that here. I'm kind of interested in Time Spiral. My mana's, I think, looking decent. I'm mono blue with a Zirda. I've got 2 blue-white lands already. Yeah, let's just get the Time Spiral in there. And then now there's Tamiyo, but that doesn't work with Zirda, so I think I'll just take Talisman of Progress. I would like to pick up more of those anyway. Over Blightsteel, yeah, that's fine. Blightsteel also doesn't work with Zirda. Haha, there's another companion here, Luris, but I've already got a companion, and I'm thinking City of Traders. This just looks like an excellent City of Traders deck, so let's snap that up. And then here, Timeless Dragon does work with Zirda. There's also Sarah Paragon, which does not, Crucible, which does not, Inti, which doesn't. I'll take the Timeless Dragon. I don't know how likely I am to want to play it, but I think Timeless Dragon is plausible. The rest of the pack didn't seem like anything I was too interested in. Here, there's Thieving Skydiver, which I don't want. Golos, which is okay, but I think Lorien Revealed in our Force of Negation deck sounds incredible, so let's take that. Also, Lorien Revealed really good in the deck that you spend a lot of mana. Like getting to cast this for 5 mana is really nice in a deck that has tons of mana generation. Here I'm going to take Teferi, works with Zirda, and is just a very solid card. Ooh, I do like an Ether Spellbomb. There's also Savine's Reclamation, which can get back Zirda, but I think I'd rather just have either Spellbomb. Late Fiery Confluence, but I would rather not get into any other colors. This pack, I don't think I'm really going to play any of these. I guess I could take Dark Depths. I don't think I recall seeing Thespian Stage. Let's see. And then here, Thopter Foundry Wield. All right, I'll take that just in case over Lion Sash. Funnily enough, Yavimaya you can't play in a Zirda deck. Same with Urborg, because they don't actually have an activated ability themselves. Very odd, but indeed true. All right, going into pack 3, in a little bit here. I don't think there's much else I'm getting out of these packs that I think will matter. Oh, I could definitely see myself playing Wrath. I think I'd rather have that over Unexpectedly Absent. And I guess I'll just take a Crucible. Or I'm not going to play Crucible. Maybe I take Hexmage because I have the Dark Depths, just to make it less likely someone takes Thespian Stage later. I don't think they're going to. It doesn't really matter. So still don't have an Academy or a Workshop. Those would obviously be very nice. Forensic Gadgeteer is kind of funny. On the one hand, it works with Basalt Monolith, which is great. But on the other hand, I can't companion Zirda if I take it. I'll take Skydiver, though. I'm not going to be starting it. Grim Monolith would be a really nice pickup. And then I have Ballista, which is the best mana sink for these decks, but there are others that would be good too. All right, what do we got here? Flooded Strand. Great. Oh, Sword of the Meek. It's also Brain Freeze. I don't think I can take Brain Freeze here or Sensei's Top. I think it's Flooded Strand versus Sword. And I kind of think Flooded Strand is going to be so good in this deck that I could just take that and then I think Wheel Sword. Yeah, it seems fairly likely. All right, I'm going to take the Flooded Strand. And then I'm following that up with a Reprieve most likely over Mishra's Bauble. I think that's decent. Reprieve is a pretty excellent card. There's a Fury in the pack. You can't really take that. Would love to get that Mishra's Bauble back, but I don't think that's super likely. Ooh, a Force of Will? I mean, I do like Shurikai in this kind of deck, but it wheels a lot of the time. Probe is obviously fine. Kappa Cannoneer actually doesn't work with Zirda, and I think I want to be a Zirda deck here. I could use another mana sink if I were to find one. Oh, Retrofitter Foundry. Perfect. Not only is it a great mana sink, it's also good when you just have Zirda in play. It makes all the abilities cost 1. Well, the last ability still costs 0. But yeah, I'm going to take that over Jace, Cryptic Coat, Fairy Mastermind, and Narset. I think Retrofitter still the pick here. 4 picks left. I can dream that we can get a Tolarian Academy, right? I mean, this deck is just a sick blue-white artifact control deck, but an Academy would really push it to the next level. And here, I could take Windswept Teeth. It gets a Meticulous Archive. Yeah, that's probably fine. Don't think I want any of the other things. Palantir, Kite Sail, and Thraben all don't have activated abilities, and it's pretty strong to be able to keep Zirda in deck or in the companion zone. So there's Thespian Stage for Dark Depths, but I'm just going to take Mystic Confluence. Mystic Confluence is amazing, and I want to up my blue count. I have 2 forces here. So right now this is 17 land plus Mana Crypt, and also Lorien Revealed. Oh, I can't play Subtlety, but it's okay. I'll take Pentad Prism. Subtlety would be good in this deck, but people don't understand how strong it is to have this as your companion, as to be able to pull it out of your sideboard. I think a lot of people look at Zirda or Lurrus, mostly Lurrus, because that's the one I find myself playing more frequently. Well, why don't you just put it in your deck? It's the difference between having an Ancestral Recall and just putting another card in your deck. Like, companioning something is extremely, extremely strong. Oh man, I like Lion's Eye, but I can't take it here. So we're not getting an Academy. It's okay. We got Fractured Identity here, and Sword of the Meek. It did in fact wheel. I thought that would be the case. Oh yeah, it does have an equip cost even. So I'll take that over Sensei's Top. And now I got to cut a couple cards. Well, actually I don't, because Zirda is out. I'm going to take out Timeless Dragon for the moment. So right now this is 16 land plus Mana Crypt and Lorien Revealed. All right, I don't mind that. I'll take Jetmir's Garden, I guess. I don't think I'm playing any of these cards. Shurikai. Am I more likely to play Shurikai or Cathar Commando? Probably Shurikai here. That's fine. Late Cryptic Coat. I do like Cryptic Coat. It's a kind of a mana sink. And I'll take the Larcenist, sure. I'll let someone have a last pick Vengevine, slam a Cabal Ritual. All right, let's go. All right, group by creature separately. I've got one. It's a Walking Ballista, kind of a Shorikai also. This is, of course, with Zirda as our companion. And right now, this is 15 lands plus Lorien Revealed and Mana Crypt and Mox Opal, kind of. And I also have Talisman, Pentad Prism, Basalt Monolith. Would have loved to see a Grim. I kind of want one more land, but I actually don't see anything I really want to cut. I think the Wrath of God is going to be good in this deck. So I think I'll start with that, and let's add some lands. So if you look by piles by color, a Tundra would have been insane. I mean, Meticulous Archive was still good, but getting Windswept Teeth and Lorien Revealed to get an untapped blue-white land would have been nice. So I've got basically 4 blue-white lands, 5 blue-white lands, plus Chromatic Star, Pentad Prism, Talisman of Progress. All right. Don't need to play Jetmir's Gardens or Indotha Triumph. I don't think I'm going to play the Timeless Dragon. We want 7-2. So let's see. 7-3 is 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 blue, counting the artifacts. Oh, there's also a Mox Opal somewhere in there. And this is 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 white plus Prism and Star and Mox. Okay. Yeah, that actually seems pretty reasonable. I could probably go one more Plains, one fewer island. All right. I have a Zirda I want to cast as well. Let's get in there. All right, time for round one. I'm stoked to play this deck. You don't get decks like this that often, and oh, baby, look at this. First of all, Lorien Revealed acting as a great card to pitch to force a negation while also being a good card to cast. And I get to go turn 1 Mana Crypt Chalice, or I could go turn 1... I mean, I guess I could go Chalice for 1 Ballista. Oh, there's a Miscalc too. Let's see. Let's just chill. I don't think I want to play Mana Crypt to play a Ballista or a Chalice for 1. If I wait, I can play a Chalice for 2. It'll depend what they play this turn also. If they play a 1 toughness creature this turn, then I go Plains, Mana Crypt, Ballista. Oh, there we go. Also, I didn't really want to get Mana Crypt out too early against a red-white deck. Chromatic Star. I'll bin that, I think. Okay. Let's see. Oh, Teferi. Teferi's also quite strong. Let's cast Ballista for 2. And Nug the Intrepid Adversary for 1. Don't really think there's a reason to wait past the turn. If I draw a land next turn, I wouldn't say I just win, but it's pretty great to have Teferi plus Miscalculation and Force up, though I might have to use the Force this turn. I could have also played just Ballista for 1 to have Miscalc up, but feels like a Ballista in play is going to be pretty good, especially with the amount of mana I have. So I feel like threatening to Ballista down whatever they play next seems pretty good to me. All right. And at some point, I want to get this Zirda. I could have gotten Zirda turn 1, but it was really good to be able to get Meticulous Archive. I think that blue mana is nice, especially if I have to pitch Lorien Revealed to this Force of Negation here. All right, they got a Tarn here. What Intarnation? Let's see if they've got a Plateau or just another mountain. They got a Sacred Foundry, all right. Into 4th Eorlingus for 1. That's fine, because I get to attack back and just take the Monarch here. And if I draw a land, I can Teferi. That would be pretty good. Draw. Hopefully I don't lose too many flips. I did lose that flip. All right, Island is nice. Now I go Teferi. Minus on the token. Send for 1 here and get the Monarch. And now I've got Force of Negation up. And if they play a haste creature, well, they can't get Teferi and the Monarch, so they'd have to choose. And then next turn, the Ballista can still potentially get the Monarch. Obviously, if they play a card I can force here, then I'll just do that. I didn't think forcing the 4th Eorlingus was actually good. I felt like I I was going to be in a decent spot. Also, this Everflowing Chalice could get big here. Definitely could play a Chalice for like 3 next turn. And then, well, if Teferi's in play, because then I can plus and untap my 2 lands. But we'll see. It really depends on this turn here. All right. Lauren of the Third Path. Okay. Sure. Kill my Mana Crypt. I have a Ballista in play that can ping down the Lauren. In fact, next turn, depending on what they do here, I'm probably just going to be pumping Ballista. Okay. Usher of the Fallen, really not too big of an issue. Magic Online's been weirdly laggy, though. I don't get what's up with that. All right, and my turn. It's a draw. Teferi's going to be just so good here. I just have a lot to use my mana on. Let's just put a counter on this. Pass the turn. I think. I guess I'm actually gonna lose the Ballista, I think. So I guess I might as well wait here. Is there a reason to ping Usher now? I don't really care about Resto Angel. I guess if they play a haste creature, like let's say they played a Robber of the Rich, I would rather be able to block the Robber and shoot the Usher. So I think waiting there made sense. All right, well, I'm the Monarch. I have Force Negation and Miscalc up. I'm about to have Aether Spellbomb up, and also pretty shortly I'll have just sack random artifacts to Thopter Foundry to make blockers if I need to. Archangel Elspeth. I guess I'll Miscalc that because we're getting to the point where Miscalc is not going to do that much. They already have 5 mana out, so I think using that one here is good. Draw off Teferi. I mean, this game looks pretty over to me, honestly. Cast this for 2. Play a Mox. Play Thopter Foundry. Oh, I can't play Thopter Foundry yet. Hold on. Because the Mox isn't on. So I guess I'll play Aether Spellbomb. Play Thopter Foundry. And I don't even need to use the mana now. It's fine. I'll just pass. And then Teferi is going to untap 2 lands. So now, if I need to, I can either sack Aether Spellbomb to bounce one of their creatures, or sack Mox or Chalice to Thopter Foundry to make tokens. So that should be fine. Hardcast Fury. Yeah, that's pretty good. It would have worked out better to force and then miscalc the Fury, but I think we're still going to be okay here. I'm not going to do anything right now. Oh, they're going to wasteland me, sure. I don't think I want to bounce Fury, and I don't really want to make anything into a token. Oh, Upheaval. That's pretty good. How do I want to do this? So if I Upheaval now, 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, I'll have 1 mana floating. I haven't played a land. I could also wait a turn, but then I'd have to block the Fury by sacking one of my things. I guess I could bounce the Fury. Maybe I don't care about the Aether Spellbomb. I guess I don't hate that, so let's just go ahead and cast Lorien Revealed, I think. Okay, I drew another blue card to pitch if I need to. Play City of Traders, play Retrofitter, and now what I can do is I can block the Fury with a Retrofitter token, and then, I mean, actually I could trade. I could sack an artifact to make a Thopter, and then sack the Thopter to make a 4/4, but I think it's actually fine just to do this. Make a 1/1. Okay, chump. Can't sack that to Thopter Foundry, unfortunately. And they didn't have a pretty good play here. Fable, sure. That doesn't bother me. Let's draw, because now, by getting to play City of Traders, I got to have a lot more mana. Blue. Upheaval. Actually, hold on. I have Basalt Monolith now. I could just Zirda here. Let's just do that. Tap this for colorless. Zirda. Guess I didn't really need to float all that mana. Zirda. Okay. They were done. That was infinite. It was going to be infinite Thopters, and that would be more than enough. Do I want Cryptic Coat or anything like that? No, I'll keep the Wrath of God, though. All right, let's do it. All right. Let's reveal Zirda, and oh, look at this hand. This hand is kind of nice. No Mana Crypt this time, but turn 1 Colonnade. They more mulliganing here. Turn 1 Colonnade. Turn 2 probably just land go. Turn 3 Talisman, Pentad Prism, Mox Opal, or something along those lines. Turn 1 Usher is pretty good because they get to start making an army without playing any additional cards. Hopefully I can draw Wrath, though. Lotus, I've seen that one a lot. That's fine. I mean, it's kind of annoying because it's obviously going to mess up my miscalculation here, but my hand is all, like, they can take any of those. It doesn't matter. I mean, taking miscalc is good because I probably won't be able to play it and I can't cycle it anymore. But next turn, I still get to go Talisman, Prism, or sorry, Talisman Mox if I want, or Prism Mox. They're just going to take the Talisman. Oh, wow. Into Luminarch? Okay. Well, if I draw Wrath, then I probably will win. Kind of wild to take Talisman, I feel like, but all right. Basalt Monolith. That's interesting. Huh. I could go City of Traders, Basalt Monolith, put Zirda into hand. Take 6, 8. Yeah, that I think actually is good. And then next turn, I can tap City for 2 mana, play Island, play Prism for 2, play Mox. Yeah, and then I get to get infinite mana. I don't have anything to do with it, but I mean, we'll see, right? Maybe I could find something to do with it. What if I draw Retrofitter next turn or something? And I get to cycle Miscalc too, so I'm just dying in 2 turns here, so I felt like there's no reason not to. If I draw Wrath, I could still just Wrath as well. All right. Oh, I do Retrofitter. Okay, so let's go Mox Opal. Tap this for mana. City Traders is gone. White, blue. Pentad Prism for blue, white. Zirda using colorless, white, white. Monolith. This is sick. Drawing Basalt Monolith was awesome. Retrofitter. Okay. Make a servo. All right, there we go. Look at that. I love it that they saw where that was going. Turn 3, Zirda Infinite Tokens. Awesome. All right, time for round 2. I feel good about this Zirda deck. All right. Every opening hand, I'm just loving it. Well, it helps that I've had Mana Crypt twice, but even without the Mana Crypt, I mean, this hand is sweet. So what do I do here? I think I might have to play Ballista for 1, because if I go Ballista for 1, I can go Mana Crypt, Ballista for 1, Mox, Land, Thopter Foundry, and then turn 2, I can cast Lorien Revealed. All right, opponent mulled to 5. Well, that makes them even less likely to be able to answer this Mana Crypt opener. Because this, I mean, the fact that getting to play Lorien Revealed on 2 is just such a big reward for taking this line. And I also get a Thopter Foundry out, which means if I do draw a Sword of the Meek, then I get to go quite hard. I guess if I drew Sword of the Meek next turn, I'd probably just play Sword of the Meek and make 3 Thopters. Like, that seems like it'd be better. Let's see what they're on. What you got for me? Turn 1, Misty Rainforest. Could be anything. Even an island or a forest. Let's see. They're going to play something now. I kind of wouldn't mind if it was like a turn 1 mana dork, though. Delighted Halfling would be the best one, of course. It being a 1/2 does make Ballista a little bit less good at preying upon it. All right. Oh, they're just main facing a Meticulous Archive? Why? Why though? I like waiting as much as the next person, but I don't know. What if I played 3 more creatures and your top card was a Balance? Right now, Balance doesn't look very good, but things could change in between now and the end of my turn. In fact, they probably will. So I'm a little surprised you'd fire off the Surveil main phase here when you could just wait. It also opens you up to Wasteland and Strip Mine. That's less of an issue, but it is real. So I get the F6 value though. That I do understand. Okay. I would like to book a couple losing coin flips here so I can win them in the tight races, but dang, I won the flip. Let's just cast Lorien Revealed here. You know what's great with all this Mana Crypt mana? A bunch more cards. No days? No days. And now I have a Mystic Confluence. I get to go Archive Go, keep up Mystic Confluence. They better play something real good this turn or this game is basically over. I like it. You know, good decks draw well. Also, having decks you like just makes the game so much better because you're drawing better, you're winning more. The games are more fun. Your deck, you know, when you treat it well, it'll treat you well. And when you draft a bad deck, it picks up on that energy and you draw so poorly. Oh, Caracas, got to watch out for that with the Zirda, though. Not a big deal, I don't think. This game's looking like it's going to be a pretty easy one without the Zirda, so. All right. A little coin flip here. And I won again. It's just really unlucky, honestly. Meticulous Archive. Mill a Sword of the Meek. Could you imagine? Pentide Prism? I will graveyard the Pentide Prism. That one doesn't seem very necessary. And then I'll send. And I'm just going to pass. And if they play something I need to counter, then Mystic Confluence will be fantastic. If not, I'll just put another counter on the Ballista. I got nothing better to do. Their mana base looks pretty good. Misty, Meticulous Archive, Caracas. Some nice lands. Are they like blue-white control? Are they like some kind of like white weenie deck? They've got a lot of planes so far. So it's unclear what exactly is going on. Oh, Chrome Mox. All right, I like where this is going. When you're putting mulls to 5 and they play a Chrome Mox, that is good times for you. One of the moments that stuck in my head is my very first Grand Prix Anaheim in 2004? 2003. Long time ago. Oh, Hexdrinker. All right, so that Misty is doing double duty. I guess Hexdrinker's not that good against Walking Ballista. Nadu is good. I'm going to draw 2 cards and counter it. But Nadu would actually get, with Caracas, would be pretty good. Anyways, I'm playing my first ever Grand Prix. I'm playing Green-Black Control, The Rock. And in the last round, we're not playing for top 8. We're playing for like top 20 or so, top 32. And it's a big deal because it was my first tournament and they had amateur prizes back then. I was still an amateur. I had never gotten a pro point. So it was winning, you know, on the line was a pretty good amount of money. And I play against this red-white deck and he mulls to 5 and turn 1 casts Enlightened Tutor, which goes and gets an artifact or enchantment, puts it on top of your deck. So you're down a card. And he gets Chrome Mox. And turn 2, he goes land, Chrome Mox, Blood Moon, no cards in hand after mulling to 5 and casting Enlightened Tutor. Well, I was playing green-black garbage and I had like 12 basics in my deck. It didn't do anything. I won that, finished 20th, won like $1,000 and was like so stoked. I thought, you know what? I got to play more of these Magic tournaments. And I did. I did play in more tournaments. No spoilers. But yeah, that was funny. All right. Well, I'm going back to winning this game. Let's play a Chalice for 2 here. And then I'm going to play Time Warp afterwards. Sounds pretty great to me. Into Time Warp. And then next turn, play some more mana rocks. I'll probably start cycling through like this Chromatic Star. Or maybe I'll just sack it to Thopter Foundry. That's actually way better. I go down a mana, but I get a 1/1 flyer out of the deal. Thopter Foundry also pretty great with Mana Crypt. Get to cash it in when you can no longer afford it. So I've won. All right, 2 and 2 on flips. That's more reasonable. Let's go Chromatic Star. And I'm going to do this now because what I draw obviously might change what's going on. Sack Chromatic Star to Thopter Foundry, draw a card. Look, Thopter Foundry is doing something on its own. kind of. Well, now I'm just going to put Zirda into hand. I don't think there's really any reason to play the Zirda. Actually, let's just play Spellbomb. I don't need to play Talisman yet either, because I want to pump the Ballista. So I'll keep 4 mana up. If I have to use the Spellbomb, then that's fine. I probably won't have to. And at some point, what I could do is play Zirda and then pump Ballista a few times while Zirda's still in play, because that makes this ability, the 4 mana ability, just a 2 mana ability. Zirda's pretty sweet. It has got some other abilities. Good with Retrofitter as well. Can't believe Manifold Key didn't wheel. Someone ruining my fun. All right, they're just passing? Okay. I mean, I guess I'll pump Ballista. I don't know. If they're gonna kill my Ballista now, then that's fine. Not really sure what they've got here. All right, they didn't really do anything. Let's lose the flip. Oh, Time Spiral. Yeah, you know, I don't actually hate that. It's kind of awkward with Zirda, but let's see. They have 3 cards in hand. They're not doing anything. Let's play Talisman. I kind of feel like there's just no reason to play this Time Spiral. I'm going to play Zirda, and then I'm going to pass. They're going to Caracas the Zirda. Oh, they didn't? I was just assuming they were going to, and I was going to start pumping this Ballista. Do they have like a sweeper? That could be a reason not to Caracas. Yeah, it could be a Wrath or something. I have Ether Spellbomb, so I could save Zirda if I need to. Oh, we're tapping Caracas. That's interesting. Oh, they have balance. Okay. They have 4 lands. I'm going to lose 2 lands. I don't care so much about that. I could bounce Zirda. I don't think I'm even going to do that. Let's just put counters on Ballista. I think that's going to end up being better. And then next turn I can just Time Spiral. And nug them for 5 here. I don't think bouncing Zirda makes sense because they have Caracas in play. So just what is the Zirda even doing? And I can't remove the last counter and sack it to Thopter Foundry, so I'm just going to nug them. I don't think I want to sack to gain a life. I think I'd rather deal a damage. All right, and they go to 7. Balance resolves. I'll keep 4 lands. So I lose 2 lands and then my creatures, and they lose balance and a card in hand. Yeah, I mean, that's pretty good. They discarded Lording Revealed as their last card. Got it. All right, well, draw. Still don't need to sack this Mana Crypt yet. Force of Negation doesn't really do too much here, but all right, let's Time Spiral. Let's see what they got, if anything. Okay. Let's play Retrofitter, I suppose. And I think I'm going to play Colonnade. I drew kind of a lot of lands here, but Fractured and Force Negation are both pretty great. So I kind of feel like I should be in decent shape. It depends. Can they use their mana end of turn here? They didn't, which is a pretty big game because I've got Retrofitter and Thopter Foundry going, and I can force one of their plays here. And if they play something too good, I can Fracture it as well. So I feel like I've got some good play here. It would have been scary if they go like end of turn Vendilion Click, untap, do something else, you know, but that did not happen. All right, what do you got? Guardian Scale Lord is the play? That's the best card you have? I have 7 cards, 8 cards in hand? All right. And no land? I'm struggling to understand how that is possible, but okay. 7. I think I can just kill them here. I can go Thopter Foundry, pay 1, sack Talisman, make a Thopter, sack a Thopter to make a 4/4. Thopter Foundry, sack Mox Opal. I mean, the Thopter Foundry Retrofitter combo is pretty great. Untap the Retrofitter. And then sack a Thopter, make another 4/4. And then I don't even need to fracture or anything. I can just Ether Spellbomb the Scale Lord. And then attack with Celestial Colonnade as well as the 2 tokens. Even if they have Solitude, they still die. Seems pretty good. And I have the potential, I could even have made 1 more token, just a 1/1, but I don't think that really did a whole lot for me. All right, they discarded. Guardian Scalelord was both the best card they could play and the worst card in their hand. I guess I don't get it, but you know what? We take those, all right. I won the flip. Yep, they're done. They're done. All right. Bant stuff. I guess I'll keep the Wrath in for now. Sure. All right. Time for game 2. I would reveal Zirda. No Mana Crypt. This hand's a lot worse. I might just mulligan this hand. I just don't do anything for a while. Shorikai. Suspicious of you. I think Shorikai has its place. This is a deck I'm fine playing it, but it's not a card that I really want to see in my opening hand unless I also have Mana Crypt, maybe Talisman. But, mulligan. 6 lands, Sword of the Meek? No, I don't think so. Even with a Surveil land, I think we can do better here. It's pretty nice that they have a balance in their deck. The artifact decks are pretty good against balance. It'd be a lot better in my deck than in theirs, I'll tell you that much. All right, we'll mulligan again. All right, I will keep this hand. Definitely put back Sword. Guess I'll just... yeah, I guess I'll just put back Wrath. I don't know. I don't think I'm supposed to put back Mana Confluence, Mana Crypt, or either Island. So it's like put back Wrath or put back Plains. I felt like I'd rather just put back Wrath. Obviously, if I draw Plains here. Oh. That's interesting. Let's play turn 1 Basalt Monolith. And I don't need to get Zirda back here. I think what I'm going to do is just go Island and have Mana Confluence or Mystic Confluence up on turn 2. Obviously, they get to play something here, but hopefully it's not a way to blow up one of my artifacts. Just a Birds off of a Bayou. Yeah, that plays. All right. It's going to be a little obvious. All right, I lost the flip there. Did I have Mystic Confluence? I think I still will just keep up Mystic Confluence this turn, and then next turn, I'm assuming I'll have used Mystic Confluence. I'll play Shorikai, which is actually looking good here. See, I told you, Shorikai, Mana Crypt. They are great friends. If they don't do anything here, that is actually pretty annoying, but it seems kind of unlikely that they're just going to do nothing. I obviously am signaling something by not putting Zirda into my hand. Lightning Greaves, okay. I know that they have Nadu in their deck. I lost the flip again. Land. Let's put Zirda into my hand here and pass the turn. With Mystic Confluence up still, I also can just get infinite mana off of Zirda pretty soon here. Like I could do it next turn thanks to Chromatic Star. Mana Crypt is a little annoying, but it's all right. If they don't do anything, I'll just untap the Mana Crypt, and I think that's decent. I could have countered the Greaves, but I feel like just countering the next thing is better, even if obviously Greaves Nadu is really scary. Looks like this is going to be the next thing. Looks like could be a Green Suns. Oh, Sarah Paragon, yeah. Counter target creature spell. No. All right. Counter that and draw 2 cards. They could Greaves up their Birds of Paradise. They seem to not want to do that. Oh, Time Warp. Okay, that's interesting. I lost the flip again. Island. So if I go Crack Star for white, 1, Zirda, untap. I could have infinite mana, but it wouldn't actually do much for me because I'd only have a blue left. Now, by casting Time Warp first, I can play the star. Next turn I can play Zirda, and I still don't have white for Shorikai, so hopefully I draw a white here. Yeah, so now I can go Zirda, untap Basalt Monolith. See if they don't have Snuff Out. Okay, untap Basalt Monolith. All right, so I have infinite mana now, and I'm going to get to look at a couple cards here, 3 cards. So let's start by cracking Star for white. Draw 1. I mean, if I draw Ballista, it's just over. It's Jover. All right, untap Ballista. Cast Shorikai. Let's draw with Shorikai. I mean, we could potentially lose the game on their turn. Yeah, I'm not drawing anything here. All right, play Talisman and pass the turn. Saw a lot of cards, didn't see any further action. We drew Plains, Island, Talisman or something. But if they don't have Nadu here, then, you know, we still get, like, if they can't kill Zirda, we get to draw with Genesis Engine again. They have all the Nadu accoutrements. Let's see if they can actually play the Nadu here. I mean, if they play Nadu here, they get to kind of go off. They get to flip 6 immediately. Is that enough to let them draw their whole deck? Unclear. Well, they're equipping Bird, so we'll see. Oh, into Time Walk. All right. I mean, if they had Nadu, they'd still have played Nadu out. They have Time Walk, so if that means if they went off with Nadu, they probably would have won. Yeah, I mean, even if they kill Zirda next turn, I'll have 5, 7, 10, 11, 12 mana plus a Shorikai. I feel like that's enough to find, you know, Time Spiral or Upheaval and kind of win with those spells. But we'll see what they got here. I guess at some point they could Sylvan Safekeeper balance to get rid of all the lands. But balance against someone with Shorikai, Talisman, Monolith, Mana Crypt doesn't seem great. I suppose I also am under a minor clock from Mana Crypt, but I'm not that worried. I will probably either find a way to win the game or the Thopter Foundry to sack it. Okay, main phase Wandering Emperor? Yeah, sure. That's acceptable. I don't really think that's going to do too much against me, but you never know. Let's see. All right, well, they make a 2/2. And I don't know what that's going to do here. They can Greaves in attack, but then I just block with Zirda. So we'll see. We'll see. I think they're looking for a way out, and they're not really finding it. I don't necessarily win on my turn, but I do have the ability to get infinite mana and look at 3 cards. So I feel like I have a pretty good shot. All right. Mana Crypt flip. Let's go. I lost the flip again, and I drew a land. This doesn't change the Mana Crypt calculus. So let's crack this for Meticulous Archive. So what are my really live draws? Ballista is the best draw, wins on the spot. Spiral, Upheaval, Teferi, Thopter Foundry, Lorien Reveal. Yeah, I have a lot of stuff. All right, let's Surveil. Time Spiral. All right. That I am willing to go for. I do have to use the Shorikai here, but I think that should be fine. And I'm going to Basalt a few times. One cool thing about the Basalt Zirda combo is because you can do it at instant speed in response to removal, I don't have to make all my mana before time spiraling here. Oh, wow. And I drew a Thopter Foundry. Yeah, that's great, because that's also a part of a infinite combo here. All right, and I guess I could have sacked Shorikai. That would have been kind of funny. This should be fine. I would imagine that making infinite mana, casting Time Warp, casting Upheaval, casting Teferi is probably going to be enough here. Let's start by casting Time Warp, I guess. Because if that doesn't bring a counterspell, I don't really know what would. All right, tap this, pay 1. I don't even need to replay Basalt or Mana Crypt at the end of all this. All right. Do I have enough mana yet? I probably have enough mana. All right. Tap for planes, blue, blue, blue. I guess I need another blue here. I go to 6. Basalt Monolith. I'll just do it one more time. And then go Upheaval. And they don't have any mana floating. Let's go Zirda just in case we need Zirda and infinite mana again. I've already played my land. I played the Meticulous Archive, but I think that's all right. Let's go Teferi. And play Ether Spellbomb, and I guess just make a pretty big Everflowing Chalice. I've never seen an Everflowing Chalice quite this large. Let's draw Teferi as well. All right, Everflowing Chalice, cast with multi-kicker, X equals 10. Sure. And pass the turn. No lands to untap. Discard some lands here. Draw Lorien Revealed. Let's just draw off Teferi. At some point I'll find Ballista here or Sword of the Meek. Those will both do the trick. I guess I really should just play Thopter Foundry to make sure I don't get burned out or something. Play Mana Crypt. Tap this Thopter Foundry, sack the Mana Crypt. I'll keep the Ether Spellbomb in play, and I guess attack for 3. I don't know. There's, I guess, no reason to like attack when they have they could have Lotus into Wandering Emperor. Though I don't think I'm too worried about that. All right, take your turn. I don't know what they could do. The only thing I really didn't do is I didn't crack Ether Spellbomb to draw a card, and I could have played Shorikai instead of Thopter Foundry, but I really just didn't want to randomly get, I don't even know. I guess they can go Land Bolt or Land Chain Lightning, and that would still just have put me to 1, but this still seems safer. It seems like I should be fine now. All right, Land Bird. Sure, they got the fighting spirit here. I have an ever-flowing chalice for 10. I got a lot of colorless mana. I'm not sure what I'm going to do with all of that, but oh, they got the Chrome Mox again. Yeah, I mean, I guess they had Chrome Mox. What if they went like Land Mox, imprint red card, double bolt you or something? That seems extremely unlikely, but I also don't really see how I could lose from this position. I can always just make 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 more Thopters and gain 5 more life, you know? All right, they imprinted Trinket Mage. All right. Fair enough. Next turn, I guess I could go Shorikai and draw cards. Shorikai also wins the game fairly quickly, if need be. Discarding was what broke them. All right, well, on to the next, but that is really funny. All right, time for round 3. I would like to play first. I'd like to reveal Zirda. Zirda's done some good work so far. All right. This is a solid hand. I don't need to lead with Meticulous Archive. What I can do is I can lead with Retrofitter. And then turn 2, I have Miscalc or Retrofitter up. I guess I could force, but I would hope not to. Huh? They're playing something big on turn 1. Jeez, okay. I might have to force this, I guess. It's like a 6 or something. Oh, Barrogoyf has a 1-2. Nah, I do have to force it, though. I just am going to be locked into just chumping that every turn if I don't. Oh, Mana Crypt is interesting. Let's just plains go. Use Retrofitter. Mana Crypt would have been a nice turn 1 draw or opening hand thing. Turn 1, make a token off Retrofitter. Dothy Voidwalker. All right, so we're really looking at Jund here. And then now, Mana Crypt, Meticulous Archive, Ether Spellbomb. I'll graveyard that. And I'm going to send, and I can make a 4/4 now. That's pretty good. And then next turn, play a Thopter Foundry and use Retrofitter or Zirda Retrofitter. Oh, this might be a Rude Awakening here. The Glorybringer. All right, so now there's actually technically a good way to do this where you go untap it in response. I mean, I guess it doesn't really matter. Pay 1. It's because if they have a way to kill the Retrofitter in response to you untapping it, then you still can't do anything. But I mean, I think they might have just run right into my 4/4 here. Yeah. Oh no, they didn't. They have something? Well, they can't snuff out. They just, the concession of shame. You love to see it. I bet they had snuff out in their hand. Or I'm guessing that's what they had. All right. Jund stuff. Cryptic Coat could be okay. They have a bunch of Moxen, but I don't want to break the Zirda Companion. So I think this deck's perfect, and I will continue battling with it. All right. On the draw here, let's reveal Zirda. Turn 2, reprieve on the draw with all lands. I think I can mulligan that. Okay, I like this hand a lot more. Let's keep this, and I think I bin Chromatic Star. Yeah, I can't bin. They have another Mox? Look at you. Okay. I don't think it makes sense to put back Thopter Sword, and I think, or Wrath, and I think Basalt's better than Chromatic Star. I mean, I'm probably still going to lose. They had turn 1 Magda. That's a pretty good draw. Am I getting like Thought Seized or something? If they pass the turn, now that I've drawn Reprieve, it's a little interesting. Oh, Dark Confidant. Kind of think, do I just leave up Reprieve? I kind of think so. I think getting the Thopter Sword down isn't really that important because I'm probably going to Wrath in a few turns, especially now that I've drawn Windswept Teeth. So let's just pass. Obviously, we'll see what they reveal here. Burst Lightning, yeah, it's not super relevant. Obviously, it's good to know that I'm at 4 less life. Yeah, you've drawn your Moxen. That is true. And I'm going to go to 14 here. And what do they got? Grist. Yeah, I will go ahead and reprieve the Grist. Ooh, Fractured Identity. That's not so bad. Oh, into another idiot. Okay. Mana Crypt would have been a nice draw there, but I think I'm just going to play Basalt Monolith. Pass the turn. Reveal a mountain. Well, next turn I get to Wrath. I could also get infinite mana next turn. Dashed Ragavan. That's a little annoying. I can put Zirda into hand, play Windswept Teeth, play Zirda, untap Basalt. I'll have infinite colorless, but still something. Okay, I take 8 going down to 6, and they get to exile a Plains. All right, that wasn't something I think I have 1 more Plains left, which is good. That would have been pretty annoying if that killed my other Plains. They're probably playing Grist here. I was hoping they would just play, they're Ghostfire slicing me and then Burst Lightning me. Sure. That was just a turn 4 kill. All right, well, I mean, if they open on a bunch of Moxen, definitely could be hard. I still don't think Thieving Skydiver's worth it is the problem. I mean, I guess I would put in Larcenist if I did too, but putting Zirda into hand is just so strong. All right. I'm on the play. Maybe we'll draw Mana Crypt. All right. I'd like to play first. I'd like to reveal Zirda. I'd like to draw Mana Crypt. No, but I mean, this is definitely a keepable hand. Having a turn 2 Opal on is pretty nice. This is definitely a matchup where maybe I should have just taken Upheaval out, because Upheaval against 2 Moxes isn't very good, but this is a good Upheaval deck. So they're deciding which Mox and 2-drop to play, I'm sure. Well, I guess they have 3 Moxes if you count Mox time. And that one I'm not as worried about them drawing, because obviously it's a little bit weaker, but still pretty good. Turn 1 Dark Confidant. Oh, turn 1 Dashed Ragavan. All right, let's see. See what they get. Hopefully not my Mana Crypt, huh? They hit Island. All right, let's go Plains. Talisman. I mean, drawing Mystic Confluence is pretty awesome. Now I just have turn 3 Mystic Confluence up. So hopefully they don't play something too crazy here. Well, turn 2 Minsk and Boo, huh? All right. It's not going to be easy. Mystic Confluence can be good against that. Wrath is less good. Let's pass the turn. And see what they do. If they're going to play Ragavan first, they're going to minus, they're going to put 3 counters on that, sure. That's fine. I'm just going to counter it, bounce it, and draw 2 cards. And okay, I'm probably going to try to set up an Upheaval here, because I can go City of Traders, play a giant Everflowing Chalice, and it's a little soft to removal here, or artifact removal. Let's go Everflowing Chalice, so multi-kicker. Honestly, I could do it for 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then use the Chromatic Star. Or I could do it for 2. Let's see, 3. No, I like doing it for 3. All right. 1. Sack this for white. Draw Wrath those 2. Pass the turn. They've got Minsk and Boo here, but next turn I can cast Upheaval with 4 floating. Oh, Lelia, sure. All right. And they're hitting me for 7 here. Hopefully they don't hit a land, I guess. It doesn't matter. Oh, Commercial District was a good land to hit. It doesn't matter that much because I'm about to bounce all the lands, but still. It's annoying for the Mox here. They just get a free card. All right. I think I can just tap colorless for that. Upheaval. Okay. And I could just play Teferi here. That's probably just better than doing anything else. And then, or I could play Everflowing Chalice for 2. Play Talisman, play Mox Opal. Maybe that's actually better. I give up on a turn of Teferi, but I get to have Mox on, and then I can just go Island and Thopter Foundry, and then pass, and then I can next turn Teferi and have plenty of mana up. All right, so they get their Mox Opal. I killed their Ragavan and Dark Confidant, or sorry, Mox Diamond is what I meant. So maybe they don't have too much to play. It looks like they still have a 2-drop here. Inti. All right, Inti is a good card, but I can Teferi the Inti here. And I think play Colonnade. They have Lelia in hand, so I can't just play Colonnade. I've got to play a Plains, and then I can sack probably Talisman to block Lelia. And wow, if they didn't have the Inti there and I could have bounced the Mox, that would have been sick. All right. So they're going to draw Inti next turn. They're attacking me. Interesting. That makes me feel like they have Ghostfire Blade. Let's just block, especially since they're going to have Trample next turn. So I've got to kind of watch out for that. Oh, Sword of the Meek. Yes. Oh, into Force of Will. I'm not saying Force of Will is doing that much, but let's... Do I want a City of Traders? I guess so. I was going to City of Traders. So to be clear, what I was going to do here is play City of Traders, make 3 sword tokens, and then untap City of Traders and my other land. And then I'd have Force of Will up for their turn, and as well as 3 tokens. And I mean, I think they were pretty dead, but you know, it worked out. This deck was a nice one. This is just a very classic Zirda deck. I don't know, it's got the Basalt, the Walking Ballista, the Retrofitter, no Academy again, but it played out like a dream. And then I really like the Artifact ramp plus expensive blue cards like Time Warp, Mystic Confluence, Upheaval, Time Spiral. All just excellent. And I even had 2 pitch counters. Really nice deck. Played out well. Games were great. Can't ask for much more. All right. That'll do it for today. I appreciate you hanging out with me, and I'm really glad we got to do a little Zirda-ing, an underrated companion, I bet. All right, well, I'll be back tomorrow with another draft, and I hope to see you there. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to hit that like and subscribe button. It helps out the channel, and you won't miss a single draft.